making edible marshmallow Play-Doh, and here's some I made earlier. So the things that you're going to need for the Play-Doh today are some marshmallows. You can use either the mini ones or full-size marshmallows. You could even use flumps, they're the same sort of thing. We're going to weigh them out, so I'll tell you the quantities in a moment. We're going to also need some corn flour, trusty corn flour that we use in almost all our recipes. You will need some oil. You could use coconut oil, or you could use normal pouring oil, whether that be sunflower or vegetable, etc. Other than that, you just need some scales to weigh some things out and a couple of bowls to weigh them into. The one other thing that you will need is a microwave to warm the marshmallows. Okay, so let's get started. This amount of Play-Doh here was using 50 grams of marshmallows, just to give you an idea of how much it makes. So here I have 100 grams worth of marshmallows already weighed out, and I've also got 100 grams worth of corn flour. Now, I'm not going to add all of the corn flour, I'm going to add most of it and just reserve a few spoonfuls if we need it. And I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of oil into the marshmallows now. So I'm just going to do that. And that's 1 and 2. Now obviously it depends on your wattage of microwave as to how long, but roughly 10 to 15 seconds is probably going to be enough. You can always add a bit more. I would say go a bit less than too much, otherwise you'll get very, very, very hot marshmallows. And they will puff up a little as you warm them, so I'm going to pop them in the microwave a bit and turn it on for 10 seconds-ish. Okay, so let's have a look. So they've started to just puff up slightly. I'm going to use a spoon and just give them a bit of a stir. You can see they start to stick together in the middle there. And the oil just makes it slightly slimy. I'm going to pop them back in for another 10 seconds. Maybe not quite 10. Now you can add food colouring to this, but it's not essential because it will obviously be a very pale pink anyway, but it's just quite nice to make a slightly more vivid colour perhaps. I'm going to add some food colouring at this point because if you wait till later you just end up with it all over your hands, so it's just a bit better if you add the food colouring now. So I've got some red here. I'm just going to put in a few drops of red. Sorry, I know you can't see that, I'll lift it up again in a second. Yeah. So just give that a little bit of a mix. It'll come together a bit more once I've added the corn flour. So I'm going to add most of my corn flour into the bowl. And then give it a stir, and you can use your spoon, or you can use a whisk, it really doesn't matter. Just be really careful before you put your hands in, just in case it is warm. So this is something you need to do with really close supervision if you're doing this bit with your child. And when it gets to about this stage, just have a little test with your finger, and it's not hot at all, so I'm going to carry on with my hands now. You still see, okay. And it is very sticky still, so I'm going to add some more of that corn flour that I had reserved. Lost it. And I'm just going to add the last of the corn flour because it does need it. So all of that oiliness has now gone away, and it just comes together as a really, really soft Play-Doh. I'm just going to take it out of the bowl now so I can show you. It's got a gorgeous colour actually. It's really stretchable kind of a dough, as you can see. If it does still feel a bit sticky, you might just want to add a bit more corn flour. It's a bit of a trial and error really, but it's roughly the ratio of 1 to 1. It smells really sugary. You could add an essence to it if you wanted to make it even more of a sensory experience, but it is quite a nice smell all of its own just because of the marshmallows. It's also the sort of Play-Doh that's a little bit more of just a nice thing to have the experience of just feeling it and stretching it and squeezing it, so it's quite a nice stress kind of type activity. It's not the best for rolling out and cutting out, although if you make it slightly drier, that is a possibility as well. So as I said, it's just a really nice one for purely this sensory experience of pulling and stretching and squashing and kneading, but it is possible to just have a play with it as you would with normal Play-Doh. So I've got a few tools here just to show you that.